Hey y'all, thank you for being here. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Um, I get that from a Jay-Z song, by the way, in case y'all wondering. Nobody was wondering. But in any case, today I wanted to share my 3 tips for dealing with artist block. Um, Strategies, I don't know. Y'all grown, y'all can do whatever y'all want. But I just wanted to share 3 things that really helped me kind of get out of a rut. I think as artists, sometimes we think we have to have this grand idea. We think every idea has to outdo the last one. Sometimes it's procrastination, maybe it's fear. Um, who knows? Sometimes our creative juices just aren't flowing. So, without further ado, um, the first thing I would suggest doing is making a series. I think one of the most underutilized, I guess, sort of strategies in art making is the idea of making a series, making a body of work that essentially either uses the same composition or the same color scheme or the same theme, um, the same subject matter. Like you can take an idea that you had and essentially remix it, sort of recycle it, see how you can make it better, see how you can make it different. What's really fun is when you've done something 5 or 10 times, you can look at it and see how the work has changed or evolved. Then you can start pulling components from different pieces and start to build upon those things. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Um, Me personally, the hardest part of my practice is coming up with new compositions. So if I find a composition that works, oftentimes, I'm sure y'all can relate. Sometimes you may work on a composition and you think, wow, this might look better at night, or this might look better in the morning. Who knows? I want to change this color or that. I mean, you have the license to do. I give you the light. You have my permission to reuse that composition. You're welcome. um, Number 2 for me would be to make work poorly. Try to just say I'm gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna make 5 bad sketches today. Just have fun saying I'm gonna make these sketches as bad as possible. Um, there's no pressure. There's no wins or losses. Don't place a value judgment on the work. Just say, okay, today my thing is it's more so an exercise in quantity, right? Just how can I make 5 sketches? I'm gonna give myself 15 minutes, 5 sheets of paper, bam, 3 minutes per sheet of paper. I don't know. Just make it poorly. And this is something that I utilize just to get my hand moving. Um, at times, for some reason, I feel I don't know how many paintings I've made, how many drawings I've made, but there are times when I genuinely feel like I don't know how to use my hands. Like this isn't gonna go well. Um, I may have the composition in mind. I may have, reference material if I need it. I have a color scheme, but I just don't feel like I can physically do it. Um, and yeah, just getting my hands moving. Just telling myself I'm gonna make something poorly, and I won't judge myself for it. I won't judge you for it, certainly. So, um, yeah, just make it poorly. Um, Number 3 for me would be to steal. Um, I'm not. I will butcher this quote. I think someone said, "Good artists borrow and great artists steal." I don't know who said it. I'm not gonna look it up. They probably didn't even say it. Who knows? Um, but sort of harkening back to my first point about doing series, you can steal from yourself. You can look at previous work you've made and think through how might you change it. If there are artists that you are inspired by, you can begin to think about how might I use their art and sort of place it within the world of my artistic practice. And this is totally fine. Like, it's more so an exercise, right? We don't expect to make a masterpiece every time we put, brush to canvas or pen to paper, whatever the case. And so sometimes it really is just kind of fun. I can, certainly say for myself that sometimes there's just straight up color schemes that I'll take because like maybe I enjoy this particular color scheme, but the subject matter isn't necessarily mine, or the narrative of the work isn't something that I will resonate with, but I can look at it and go, wow, I really appreciate what that is. And it, of course, by the time that I sort of iterate on my process, it becomes a completely different and unique painting. But I was able to gain some traction by being inspired by others, stealing, right, and begin to make progress that way. Yeah, so thank y'all again for being here. Again, my 3 tips or strategies would be to make a series of work, literally do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Do it poorly. Make bad work. Just focus on quantity over quality. Set a timer. Say I'm gonna do 5 of these in 15 minutes just to get your hand moving. Try it, see what happens. Number 3, steal. There are compositions you love, or there are color schemes or sort of narrative elements of paintings that you love. You can then take that and make it your own. It's flattery in a way, but it's all perfectly fine if you're using these different references and pulling it into sort of your visual language. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. If y'all have any other tips, strategies that you like to use, please share with me. I'll try them, share them here on this channel. Yeah, thank you again.